Good. What's good, y'all? Thawahgabar in the house. It is the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. Hey, what's good with you? Sister Baratha now is in the house. Yeah, man. Today is Christmas. I said that I was going to go live on Christmas, just like I did on Thanksgiving. And maybe the live might be popping. You know what I mean? Since ain't nobody really doing nothing but getting drunk and high and eating and, doing all kind of fighting, all kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, man, I got a lineup stories that I'm gonna go into, and then I'm gonna get into some history of Christmas. Right? I put out that video about Christmas, which is, I put a lot of work into that video and just tried to change the production of how I do a video. So it's good to see how people receive something different, a little more humor, because usually I'm a little more straightforward, serious. So in that video, that Christmas video that I put out today, it's some, some humor up in there, some, a little bit more flavor up in there. And so if, like, moving forward, I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna keep doing videos like that, like that type of production. So we'll see how it goes, right? But it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? And like I said earlier, well, I said this a few days back, and I said it today. I said, as well with all these holidays, you're going to hear about a lot of bad things happening today, specifically when it comes to Black and brown communities. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the nature of us partaking in European holidays. It's just the nature. It comes with it for some reason. And the most important part is God is against it. So I want to talk about a few things. Now, there's this video I've seen with these teachers. All right. And these teachers, let me do a sound check. One second. Do a sound check and see if what we sounding like. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, since you commenting, yeah, I guess that I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Yeah, like I was like, I gotta bring out some humor and at the same time bring out the truth, the Black authentic truth. So that was my focus on that Christmas video. I'm going to also be responding to some comments that a brother and a sister left on my it's an old video I did. It was like probably 5 years old. I did a video about Christmas on like 5 reasons why you shouldn't celebrate Christmas. And I got two comments yesterday, and they're on both sides of the spectrum. They're totally different views on the video, so I want to respond to those. It's no hard feelings, but it shows you, it's a display of how we as Black people are divided and how we think when it comes to truth, when it comes to change. So there was a video I saw with some sisters that were in Beverly Hills, teachers that were suing the school because of racism. Now, this is a story I didn't even hear about, but I'm gonna play it. All right.
Teachers are suing Beverly Hills High for racism, discrimination, harassment, and retaliation.
At this school, I've had to deal with a lot of racism.
But at a recent school board meeting, students talked about how scared they were, given what happened outside Bella Ivory's classroom during election week.
And it became utterly impossible to just ignore it. From 8:30 to 2:30 all week, being at school felt like being in a nightmare. What the Black students and Miss Bella had to deal with that week had absolutely nothing to do with politics. That week, being stormed, being called the N-word, being shunned, all because you were Black, became the normal.
In recent weeks, I have seen racial slurs scrawled across the walls of our bathrooms, hateful rhetorics being spoken by fellow students in the hallways we share, and violent behavior towards Miss Bella and our club.
Bella Ivory also spoke at the board.
When a school allows...
I'm just thinking like it's surprising, but it's not surprising, right? Because this is California. This is Beverly Hills. This is supposed to be, upscale and nice. And you have Black people in all areas of America, including Beverly Hills. And then they are living the good life and going to school and, trying to do the right thing, but they still are encountering racism. Like I thought California is supposed to be this liberal place. It's supposed to be a progressive liberal place where racism supposedly is non-existent. Well, I live in California and I can tell you racism does exist. It is just it's not under the microscope. It is covert racism that exists in California. It's not like blunt like it might be in the South or the Midwest when people encounter races. It's a little different out here. It hides behind laws and penal codes and stuff like that. But, for a person to think like, dang, if you lived in Beverly Hills, that's probably the good life. Well, we see here that they're going through the same thing. They're being terrorized at Beverly Hills High. Okay.
racism to flourish, children learn the wrong things.
Attorney Brad Gage points to incidents like these at Beverly Hills High School, where students film themselves.
What the?
In this one, the teen shows feces on the floor, then walks over to show a racist comment written on a bathroom wall. Here, two girls posted this video.
Let's take a minute to appreciate how nice, beautiful, and clean our cafeteria looks right now. Now, let's fast forward to lunch.
You can see black students eating in the cafeteria. The girls come back on camera to say,
This is disgusting. I'm repulsed.
It is clear what it signifies, and that is this cafeteria, in their mind, is somehow disgusting or dirty simply because there are black people eating there. That
See, this is the thing now. It just showed you like actual racial slurs in the restroom. And then you had the two white girls that said the cafeteria was clean because there was basically what they were saying, because there was no one in it, it was clean. And then once lunchtime came, it was black people sitting there. It was repulsive. It was disgusting. Many times when stuff like this happen, you have people that they point to how children are raised. Well, they always do. They always point to how a child is raised, what they're learning at home. I disagree. I feel like this stuff is in them. I feel like it is an inherent feeling or disdain inside that they can tap into against black people. That's how I feel. I feel like it's already built into them to feel how they feel towards black people. Now, whether or not they tap into that feeling, that's a different story, because we know black people work with white people, have, you know, done things and together have made contributions and get along and all of that stuff historically. But I feel like if they want to tap into that dark side, that side that is against black people, it's already in them. It just needs to be activated. So when they talk about when children are racist and it's what they're learning from their parents, I call that BS. I feel, and it's my opinion, that it is already in them. It's inherently in them. Jacob versus Esau. It's inherently ingrained inside of them. And all they have to do is activate it. Now, whether they activate it or not, that's up to them. And so the people that you know that get along with the white folks that have, you know, that were abolitionists, that held hands with black people during the civil rights movement, that look out for black people, that give black people a fair chance. We know they haven't activated it, but the vast majority have tapped into that deep-seated racial hatred that they have inherently for black folks. So that's some BS when you talk about high school kids acting the way they're acting because how they're being raised. I'll give how they're being raised about 30%. The rest is in you. You know right from wrong at a young age. You know what I mean? You know, like when you doing too much, and they was doing too much. I didn't even hear about this story. I mean, of course it's a news story, but I didn't even hear about this. This happened during the election. All right, let me keep going. I don't want to be long-winded.
is the epitome of racism.
It was just mob of kids, just so many kids outside my door.
On Election Day, a group of
Look at
students
that.
with MAGA hats and a Trump flag roamed down the hallway of Beverly Hills High School.
I'm going to tell you how scary it was.
Teacher Bella Ivory says the group of students tried to enter her classroom where there were several black students.
See, I ain't been in high school in a long time, but something like that could not happen at an inner city school. It couldn't happen at a school. The schools I went to, it could not happen at all. We would, you know, it would be an all-out riot.
Students.
Some of the students were shouting, Kamala, as they walked down the hallway. The profanity towards our vice president, who is part black, combined with students congregating in front of my classroom, increased my fears and also the students' fears who were locked inside that room with me.
Bella's attorney has filed a formal complaint with the Beverly Hills Unified School District. He plans on filing a lawsuit next.
We allege discrimination, harassment, retaliation, racial comments, physical threats. That's what this lawsuit is all about.
So yeah, like I was just saying, that could not have happened if, you know, this was the inner city. So they're walking through the hallways, yelling out racial slurs, trying to get in the classroom. I don't think it covered this, but in this particular news clip, but they were in class, and the black students were afraid, and the teacher was saying, I'm not going to open the door. They're not going to get in. They were trying to get into the classroom. And so the school is like, oh, we try to make sure everything is fair and all of that. You know, the same mission statement that they say. But this is something that is cultural. This is something that is just like when we talk about police officers, right? It's a cultural thing where they're protected. Things don't get done how they're supposed to get done. And then once again, the police officer ends up doing something again. You know what I mean? Because it's the culture. So that's the same with these schools. When these schools be having this type of culture, it's because of the administration and those people at the high ups, those you know, the school supervisors and all of that stuff in the district. They are a part of the problem because they don't want to call out their people. They don't want to upset nobody or ruffle no feathers with the people in the community. When, you know, if we're going to stand on what we say we stand on, as far as America being, an equal society, a fair society, then why are we not doing nothing about it? These are two black teachers, black teachers that are coming with a lawsuit for racism. It's one thing when it's students, and I'm gonna get to this next story about a student. It's another thing when it's the actual faculty that is saying these people are racist. And this is in Beverly Hills, where it's, you know, it's nice and it's white and everything is all right. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what a sister said. They show what they want on the news. That's why I don't. Yeah, you only see what they want you to see. You only see what they want you to see. Let me get this next story.
Hey, y'all want to hear a dark humor joke?
Excuse me.
What's the difference between a black man and an animal? An animal is there for his family.
Wow. A DeSoto County girl says her teacher.
Let me skip up. So this is about a sister. Her teacher made a racist joke. This is unbelievable.
Why do you think it's so important to share your story?
Because I don't want this to happen to any other child.
11-year-old Amaya Foster sat down to talk with us about a disturbing incident that happened in her 6th grade classroom. On Friday, Amaya says other students were telling racist jokes when her teacher, Taylor Wiles, decided to join in.
Humor jokes. And Miss Wiley goes, hey, y'all want to hear a dark humor joke? What's the difference between a black man and an animal? An animal is there for his family. She starts laughing. Like not a small chuckle, like laughing.
Amaya's mother, Olivia Jones, reported the incident.
That's crazy. Now she's sitting in class. The students are making racist jokes. The teacher says, hey, y'all want to hear a dark humor joke? And then she goes on to say, what's the difference between a black man and an animal? And then says the animal stays for his sticks there with his family. Right? Like, it's wild that these are the people that think about this, y'all. A lot of times we have to go to people for help and assistance, education, medical care that don't even like us. That reminds me, there's a story I want to talk about, not today, but there's a story with a sister that went under the knife. She was in surgery and she recorded the doctors and they were talking bad about her while she was, knocked out while she was under the knife. But we have to go to a people, right, that feel this way about us, and you don't know because they're a teacher, they're an officer, they're a firefighter, they're a doctor. You don't know. They smile in your face. You don't know how they really think and how they really look at black people. So this teacher is looking at black people like they're black men abandon their children. They're fatherless children. All these children at my school don't have a father. Let me rewind this a little bit more so y'all can hear this. This is crazy.
Decided to join in.
Humor jokes. And Miss Wiley goes, "Hey, y'all want to hear a dark humor joke? What's the difference between a black man and an animal? An animal is there for his family." She starts laughing, like not a small chuckle, like laughing.
Amaya's mother, Olivia Jones, reported the incident to the school. The DeSoto County School District sent us a statement that says, in part, "We are committed to providing a safe, inclusive, and respectful environment for all students and staff. We are aware of the concerns that have been raised, and our administration takes any allegations involving inappropriate or sensitive conduct seriously."
Y'all know that's some utter BS.
They could not comment on specifics of the investigation as it is still ongoing.
It's disgusting and hurtful, and she needs to realize her comments have severe impact on people's lives.
Olivia says the school switched Amaya to a different class so Wiles wouldn't be her teacher, but she thinks Wiles shouldn't be teaching any kids at all.
Every now and then, you strolling through social media, you come across an article of a child that hung themselves because they're being bullied. I don't want that to be a statistic. I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want that for nobody. I want bullying to stop, and it's more hurtful coming from a teacher.
You see, this is the thing. Let me just play the rest of this.
I don't understand why Taylor thought that was okay to do, but it wasn't.
This is what the brother was talking about. This is the problem, man. We just don't understand that we are God's chosen people. We don't understand that. So we don't understand when our people are treated this way in 2025. We don't understand like how people at this point in time could still look at us and treat us in a way in which we are not even acting. You get what I'm saying? Like we're trying to be the best person we can. We're trying to be the best citizen we can. We're trying to be law abiding. We're trying to show people that, we treat people the way we want to be treated. And still, when something like this happens, we are confused and we are, struck and upset because we don't understand. We don't understand that, these people are who they are and who they have always been. And that's the sad part about it, because we're stressed out. We're stressed out. And in these situations, we don't understand, why. We ask the question, why? Well, she just said it. She said, why? I don't understand. Why would this teacher even do that? Like, why would he say something like that? It's because they're heartless. And these people are the people that we entrust to teach our children. And that's why in history, it was so important and so much stronger when Black folks had all Black schools. It made so much more of a imprint and a difference when you were being raised, or should I say taught, because kind of like raised, because when you got out of line, they had that, that board they'd pop you with. But you were being taught by someone that looks like you and had a care for you. Same with policing. Policing is, you can see the difference in how, like, say for instance, like you see those times where, white people just go crazy. They lose it on an officer. They threaten the officer. They pull a knife out on the officer, and the officer will still There's a video. I'm gonna look for that video. The officer literally talks the man down. The man has a knife. The officer talks him down. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? Like, he wants to know what's wrong with this man. He doesn't, unalive him and let out fire rounds at him. And it's like when people see people that look like them, they have a different type of compassion on them. You get what I'm saying? And so it goes even into the medical field. That book I brought out about medical apartheid, where it talks about how that evil doctor would do different experiments on Black women slaves. But it even translates today, where back then the doctor, he didn't want to give them anesthesia for the procedures he was doing, but he would give white women the anesthesia. Well, even now, like when a Black woman goes and talks about certain pains, or just a Black person in general talks about pains they're having or anything, it's like they don't understand. It's almost like our pain is not as strong as other races' pain. But if it was a Black doctor that is treating you, you see a total difference. If it's a Black nurse that is caring for you, you see a total difference in the level of care, and it's a natural thing. So going back to what I'm saying is, we have to depend on people that don't really give a damn about us. They're in these positions that are supposed to be positions of service and public service and helping people, but we really are at the mercy of them. When it comes to education, when it comes to you getting picked up by the ambulance, when it comes to them doing surgery on you, it's like a roll of the dice, and it's just so damn sad that, this little sister right here, she had to experience that. And I don't know, it's just her and her mother. I'm assuming that she doesn't have a father in the house. And you got to go and listen to some white teacher make a joke about you like that. Man, that's some bullshit. That's some straight up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And this, that teacher should not be teaching no other kids. That teacher should not be teaching no other kids. This story makes me angry as hell, y'all. It makes me angry as hell when you really think about it, because it's bad enough for what, as Black people, how we live and what we got to go through. And as a child, as a child, what you have to go through, and to be looking up at a teacher, the teacher, they're smart, they went to school, they became a teacher, they're teaching me. And for them to say something like that, that's so personal. You see, her mama is in tears. That's so personal because it cuts. This is something said to your child that maybe we know it's not true, but we're compared to animals. That's what we are. Yeah, what y'all think, man? I'm sorry, I just been rambling. You right, brother. That's the difference, man. We got compassion on everybody, but they don't have that same compassion, and we be looking stupid as hell when we find out the hard way. Renee Gaines, she said, we are naturally caregivers. It's in our blood. You right. It's in us to look. It's in us to, even if a person has been evil to us, to still have some compassion on them. Turn around and try to save their life. Turn around and try to help them out. You know what I mean? There's a famous picture of, it was like a rally with like Ku Klux Klans. Maybe y'all seen it. It was a video, but I seen a picture where it was some brothers there, and it was like Ku Klux Klan people, and they got on this white man, and they was trying to tear him up. And a Black woman, she basically threw her body on top of the white man to protect him. Like, no, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, even while he's an all-out racist, calling Black people the N-word and all of that, the Black woman is like, no, she hops on him. She throws herself, sacrifice her body on top of him, putting her hands up, telling him, no, don't hit him, And I'm just like, that explains us in a whole as a people. Like, we are more compassionate than them. We are better than them because we are more compassionate than them. We are more human than they are. Believe it or not. I don't give a damn what they say in you know, in the media or the image they try to project of what black people are, or how many shootings in Chirac they try to show you. We are more compassionate and more forgiving than they ever will be. Okay. Now let me get to this next story. This story is a little lighter. I'm still going to go in though. The story is a little lighter. Now, cooking with Kaya, right? I didn't know what is all the noise for. What was this all about? I didn't know. So I had to look it up and I had to do a little research and find out who is cooking with Kaya. Why was black women upset about this young black woman? Also, why were people coming at her? Particularly black women were upset by the things she was saying. So I'm gonna play a video and then I'm gonna give some commentary on it. Right. Switch it up.
Make a man some breakfast before I do.
Let me see. Back it up.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do. Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Let's stay for a while and play. Girl, let's make this a moment. Oh, giving you the best of me. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, having you close to me. Amazing, outrageous. Give your best to me. Good morning, good morning. Here's breakfast. Lost track of time, but we had a ball. Let's catch a movie. Then dinner. Tonight's the night we'll just unwind and stay.
Well, I mean, as far as the food goes, everything looked cool except for the pork and the shrimp, right? We can get some substitution. We get the beef, we can get the beef bacon, and we can just, you know, figure something else out for the shrimp. Everything looked good, but this sister has a lot of black content creators, black women in an uproar over what she said about, you know, taking your man. In the beginning, let me play it again.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do.
She said, wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do. In another video, I heard her say that, you know, if you don't cook for your man, I'm gonna take him. As far as like, for, you know, my food, he get a taste of his food, and I'm gonna take your man. And so this is caused an uproar with black women, because a lot of black women are saying basically she's making it seem like we need to be cooking for these niggas. And you know how that goes. We already know that modern woman thing, as far as how relationships have become transactional, meaning what can you do for me and then I'll do this for you. But a lot of people have came at her because of that, and also they came at her because of the little thing she does. She turns around and she twerks, right? And saying how she dressed. It's funny that women are now doing that though, because the last time I checked, women have been half naked for a long time on social media, and you don't hear women coming at other women because of that. And also it's like this, it's like, if you're a woman, there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. Like, I'm looking at it, as I'm looking at the video, I'm like, it's really harmless. There's nothing she's doing actually that is hurting anything, not hurting nobody. Right. And it's a good thing to learn how to cook when you're young. She looks young to me. So it's a good thing that you got some skills in the kitchen. That's not just for a man. That's for, you know, for you yourself or your friends or your family or whatever the case may be. But I just thought it was real silly that sisters is upset at this woman because of her videos, and she done went viral. From my understanding, she done got a deal with VH1. She done went viral, got over 1 million views overnight over one video. And that's what all people want. And see, it's real funny with this viral thing. There's no method to going viral. A lot of people think if they do certain things that they're going to go viral. Well, that's not the case. So I'm thinking a lot of these sisters is upset because there are sisters that cook and they have all their clothes on and they haven't went viral. There are sisters that are half naked and they haven't went viral. And then she comes along and she does a little gimmick and she went viral, so there's no real method to going viral. It's just, that's just how the chips fell. But I don't really see nothing wrong with it other than, how she dressed and all of that. So I decided to go look at her actual page. So let's do that. I'm a screen share. And what should I do? I'm gonna change it up. Okay. Go back to this. Now this is her page, right? Well, not her page. It's a lot of them. People make fake pages, but I think the one with the 1 million views is the page. This is her page.
Welcome.
Let me see.
Block shakers, duh. I want to apologize to all of you for what I did. It was very wrong.
Now, let me just turn this down. Turn the sound off. As you go down the page, as I'm going down the page, what I'm noticing a trend, to say the least. There's definitely a trend. Hey, it seems like she was basically doing what all. Well, I'm not gonna say all. I'll say 90% of sisters on social media. She's doing what about 90%, and the 10%. They ain't doing this, but those young sisters, they are doing this thing. And yeah, so it looks like I'm just scrolling down the page. It's the end of the page. It looks like she wasn't doing the cooking thing, so she came up with this, recently. But before that, she was doing exactly what most sisters do online. Let me see.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't got a car, I swear.
I mean, this is live. Doing exactly what most sisters do is show your tail, show your behind.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make
so
breakfast before I do.
Let me drop this.
Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya.
So, lift this up. Yeah, what y'all think? Okay. I don't see anything wrong with what she's doing, as far as the cooking aspect. There's another part to it though. Because if it wasn't for the sexual part, would she have went viral? You got to ask yourself that. I don't think so. Because the reason I say that is because there are sisters that cook already. There's hundreds of sisters that are online that cook. They're just not twerking and they're not twirling and they don't have a catchy gimmick to go along with that. But you can't hate and be mad at the fact that she went viral. Like I think what it is a lot of hateration with other Black women on her because she did go viral, and that's something that they want. That's something that they hope that they can do, and they're trying hard. They're trying all of the tricks, and it's not working. So That's what I think. Yeah, I think most women are mad at Cooking with Kaya basically because she was able to go viral off of doing things that they were already doing. And if they're complaining about her being half naked or, the way she dressed or the way she's acting, well, they have never complained about all of the women that are already doing that and have been doing that for years. So, what it boils down to is just hateration. And like I said before, everybody wants to go viral, but there is no method to going viral. She done got blessed to be able to go viral and, turn that into something. Now, I wouldn't agree with how she dressed and all the twerking and stuff like that, but that's real small. You get the right man, he can correct that behavior. That ain't nothing. The cooking part, I think, is something that offended women because a lot of sisters are black feminists. They're black feminists and they feel as though they should not be slaves to a man and they should not be, doing anything for a man unless he cash app them some money and all of that. So, it is what it is. But I noticed that a lot of brothers were appreciating her videos, which is understandable because it's different from what you normally see. It's a little refreshing to see somebody doing something different than what the whole algorithm is always doing or what they're always saying. Like, these guys ain't nothing. If he wants something for you, you got to get something from him. He needs to send you some money. He needs to be doing this. You should not be going 50-50. That same algorithm, that same conversation is going on. And I think what she did was she broke the algorithm. And like this and like all trends, eventually it will go away. You know what I mean? Not saying that she won't be successful. I'm just saying it's popping right now. But eventually, like everything, it'll go away. So yeah, talked about that. Now let's get to what's the other story I want to go into. Lisa Ray. I gotta get her comments. Let me just get her thing real quick. Now, Lisa Ray said something that I wanted to. She talked about a black woman can't. Well, I'll read the comment. Let me pull this up. Now, Lisa Ray, everybody knows Lisa Ray. She's from, well, I only know Lisa Ray. I can't really think of any, I can't think of no movies like that except for one. But I think she is the Brat sister, right? Well, she said that a black woman couldn't prosper getting ran through like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. That's what Lisa Ray said. She said a black woman can't prosper, being with man after man in the industry like these other women could. And my question is to Lisa and to anybody that agrees with that, why would you want to? Why would you want to prosper like a Kim Kardashian? When I was growing up, it was the one, what was her name? Paris Hilton. Why would you want to prosper like one of these bimbos? Why would you want to, get ran through and be with different men? And, even with that being said, you still have a lot of sisters in the industry that have done that. And, but the point is like, why make that a point? Why is that a thinking point? Why is that a topic of discussion? My question is, why would you even want to be like them? What makes you think that that's the way you should go? You know what I'm saying? Like, our sisters are perfectly fine the way they are, talented the way they are, and can get it done the way they are. You don't have to sleep around to climb the ladder. But I guess people do that. And we know a lot of these celebrities, especially the Kim Kardashian types, you don't even know a talent that they have. They're strictly, their whole celebridom has come about because of some sexual scandal or some video that has come out. And it's dirty, it's nasty, it's disgusting, it's trashy. So why even compare yourself to that? Is people going to look at you and say, oh, sorry, we know you talented and we know you wouldn't do that. But I mean, why even compare yourself to them? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make no amount of sense to me to compare. And she said some other stuff that I forgot about a man not being able to, if he has to spend his whole check on her, take her out, then she don't need to be with him, you know. Right, you're right. Black Rain 303. Satan's image of the beast is idol worship, right? To want to be like these celebrities, because they're in a totally different world. You start to learn that even black people will tell you, well, they won't really say it, but the black celebrities will tell you, like, there's a black world, a black celebrity world, and then there's the white celebrity world. There are levels that you can't even go just because you're black. Yeah, you may be a celebrity on TV, have your own show, have your own sitcom, but there are still doors that you can't go through. And that goes back to the fact that we are in somebody else's kingdom, trying to be a part of it and trying to, feel equal. We want to feel equal. We want to feel like we are equal counterparts. And to a certain extent, we are afforded that. You can go out and you can work. You can go out, you can make something of yourself. You can go to school, get an education. You could do things where in your community, you're great. You can go to the NBA. In your community, you're great. But there's a whole nother world when it comes to the people that actually run this world, the people that actually run America. You know what I mean? There's doors you can't go in. There's places you can't go. There's levels. You know what I mean? There's rooms that, I don't care who, you can name your favorite celebrity or the richest black person. There's rooms that they can't sit in, that are rooms where people would have real power and actually make things happen. You know what I mean? So what you say, Black Rain? You said, just like masonry, Boule and the Scottish Rite, right? Control over your own, not theirs. Exactly. That's a good point. Yeah, I just wanted to tap into this. Now let's get this brother right here, man. This one right here, I've been trying to ignore because I'm like, just leave, just leave him alone. This is, growing up, how it goes growing up. But then you start to see things. I start to see things like everybody start to see things with this relationship with Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. And it's like, you kind of feel bad for the brother because you heard more about him and his girlfriend's issues than you heard about him winning the Heisman Trophy. And I'm like, what is going on with this? Like, what? And then the videos came out about, her not loving him and rejecting him at first. And I've seen videos with him defending her. And then more recently, videos came out with her actually being with another guy during a time when she was still supposed to be with him. And he deleted his Instagram account. I think they said he deleted his account or whatever. And it's messed up. You know what I mean? Because you feel for the brother, but he's young, dumb, and full of what. And at one point in time, we were all that. And that's the beauty of having elders and having people that have been there, done that, and they can see the signs. They can see, like, you know what? You probably need to slow down, brother. You're about to get a lot of money. And this sister might not be the one for you. This woman might not be the one for you because, the signs are there, and it looked like it's going to be one of those situations where down the line you're divorced and you paying child support. You know what I mean? But when we're young and we're dumb, can't nobody tell us nothing. And we have to learn the hard way. And it seems like with this situation, a lot of people were talking and he was talking back, like, mind your business, stay out of our business. Like, we've been together 5 years and all that. Then this video came out, which shows that she had been with somebody within that 5-year period. And so going back to what I'm trying to say is, like, a lot of times as youngsters, you got to learn the hard way. You got to learn, like, okay, to listen to your elders, to listen, like, you get a little smell or a little taste of that cookie and you lose your damn mind and you can't see straight. And you think everybody that is trying to tell you, like, warn you, is against you and they're trying to sabotage you when really they just care about you. And so the tale of Travis Hunter is a messed up thing because his career hasn't even begun yet. And as a man that was a young black male that once was head over heels over a woman, I know even it doesn't matter what's going on. Like, he about to go to the NFL. What just happened with this situation could rock his world. And even though he's finna go to the NFL, that don't really mean nothing because that whole situation in his mind would be stronger. So, I hope the brother get it together. I hope the situation somehow fixes itself. It's messed up that it has to be out in the streets like this on social media. And that's that new generation of kids that grew up in the social media age where you're putting your business out there like that, where everybody can have an opinion on what's going on in your relationship, which is, crazy. And I feel like when you are a celebrity, right? As a celebrity, you've made it. You got what people want. And I'm not just saying a celebrity. Let's just say you're a successful pro athlete. You're somebody professional, but you made it to that level in your own social media. You don't have to put your personal business on social media. You can be on social media. Like, he could have been on social media, but not showed his girl or nothing like that. And then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Then no hater or somebody that wants to see your downfall wouldn't be digging through the archives. Oh, you see this video of her right here? Oh, look, she was at this party. That wouldn't happen because nobody would know who you with anyway, to a certain extent. I know, like, when you go out places and you at the game and stuff like that, people are paparazzi and stuff gonna take pictures. But my point is that you do have people that are celebrities that you don't even know what their husband or what their wife look like. You made it. You don't have no reason to be on social media trying to make money and do videos with your girl and all of that. Keep that stuff private. Like Black Rain said, keep it private. Keep it private because the internet is going to eat that up. There's always somebody in a deep, dark place that wants to bring you down, that's on the internet, scrolling their phone, on the internet, on a computer, hating for no reason at all. So you should keep certain things private. I always say that, like, nobody gives a damn about your problems. I see this a lot with black women. And I'm saying black women, but I mean all women. I see this a lot with women where it don't be the guys, it be the women, where the women will start dropping subliminals, relationship subliminals inside of social media. Everybody knows it can only be one person that you're upset at. So now everybody knows that you are into it. Y'all both are getting into it. Because for some reason, people on social media think that the internet is a therapist. You think Facebook is a therapist. You think Instagram is a therapist. It's not. A real therapist is a therapist. And nobody online gives a F. Nobody online gives a F about your business. All you doing is giving them some ammunition. They don't give a damn about your business. It's entertaining. It's juicy to them, but they don't give a damn about your business. And it will come back to haunt you. That's why some of y'all be like this. You know the whole trajectory of a person's relationship, and you shouldn't know. The woman be single. Then y'all get together. Now y'all posting each other. Then y'all get in a fight. And then all the subliminals come. And then you single again. Then, a few months later, now you have a new man. I ain't supposed to know that off of social media. Your life is supposed to be private. Like, I'm on BlackAuthentic. Listen, I'm on social media, but I only put on social media what I want people to see. You don't know my whole get down and how I move and, my family and all of that. It's not important. It's not, unless I got a family where we all content creators and we want to do something like that. But other than that, it's like, it's not important. So the social media thing has fried a lot of people's brains, especially that generation that grew up in the social media. Like, you was born around the time of, like, where we at? As I say, you was born like 2000. These people, y'all burnt out. Y'all burnt out. But yeah, hopefully this situation with Travis, hopefully it fixes itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good to see. And I understand, as a black man that was once a black male, that young black male that experienced something similar, and just life experience in general, you understand that things like this could really hit you hard, and it could, derail him in some type of way. But it's good that it happened before he started getting NFL checks than after he started getting paid them big bucks. So I'm gonna drop that. All right. Now, this next one is, well, I already talked about it. We're gonna get into slavery times during Christmas. This is what this is all about. I know some people probably tapped in because I did put Black Christmas history. I know some people tapped in probably for that. So I'm going to screen share. Let's see, window. Now, this book, Christmas Season During Slavery Times, From Some Who Lived It, with introduction by Patricia B. Mitchell, the editor. Okay, let me make sure everything is Tawahgabar. Okay. Now, I'm going to read a few excerpts from this book. Now, this book is from what I understand, it's only like $2 or $3, right? I've had this book for about like 10 years. It's on Kindle, okay? So let me just read a little. We're going to go into some history, a little history of, how did Black people even come to start celebrating Christmas? I mean, it's not rocket science. Most people should know already. But we're going to go into some stuff, okay? Let me see. Where is this one at? I'll read this one. This is Gus Bradshaw. He says, Massa David, all us give us eggnog and plenty good whiskey at Christmas. We had all day to eat and drink and sing and dance. We didn't get no presents, but we had a good time. So they didn't get no presents. Yeah, they didn't get no presents because Black people were the presents. You understand that? You were the presents. They did a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, and whatnot. And that's what Black people do today. That's what everyone does today. It's like it's programmed into you that, okay, it's going to be this time, get some time off, finna eat good, about to drink good. A lot of y'all smoke good, and a lot of y'all fight your family good. Right? Let me get this other one. So this one is William Adams. He says, on Christmas, we had all we could eat and drink, and after that, a big party. and you ought to see them gals swinging they partners round. Then Massa had 2 slaves wrestle, and our sports and dances was big sport for the white folks. They sit on the gallery and watch the slaves put it on brown. That's an expression meaning to do perfection. So once again, you see what it was like back then. It's like that today. You got your sports games going on today. You got betting going on today. And so he said it was a big old party. They'll dance and have a good time. They had sports, which was wrestling and, racing and among other things. And the other plantation owners would come and, they would bet on the wrestling and the fighting. And this is what happens today. This is the life that we live verbatim today. Now you got to ask yourself. Now, before I say that, I was just say these are slave narratives from, sometimes these slaves are 80 to 100 years old, talking about how life was when they were on a plantation. But you have what you call what I was going to say. I forgot my train of thought, y'all. I was going to say something. It's going to come back to me, right? Let me get another one. This one says, excuse me, this is from Green Wilbanks. He says, about Christmas Day, they always had something like brandy, cider, or whiskey to stimulate the slaves on Christmas Day. Damn, that's heavy. He said they always had some drink, some alcohol to stimulate the slaves. It put me in the mindset of what happened with the Native Indians when the settlers would come in order to, talk with them and, make those treaties. They would bring what they call spirit juice or spirit water, and it was alcohol. And so to get them in the, to warm you up and get you in the mood. So it's the same right here. Green Wilbanks, this brother says, I'm going to read it from the beginning. About Christmas Day, they always had something like brandy, cider, or whiskey to stimulate the slaves on Christmas Day. Then there was fresh meat and ash roasted sweet taters, but no cake for slaves on our place. Anyhow, I never saw no cake, and surely no Santa Claus. All we know about Christmas was eating and drinking. As a general thing, there was a big day's work expected on New Year's Day because we had to start the year off right, even if there was nothing for the slaves to do that day but clean fence corners, cut brush and briars, and burn off new ground. New Year's Day ended up with a big old pot of hog jaw and peas. That was for good luck. Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry. He said that was for good luck, but I never knowed if it brought luck or not. Well, it didn't get our people out of slavery, but hog jaw was the jaw of a pig, like the inside jaw, which kind of tasted like bacon almost. So they eat a big bowl of, they would cook a big pot of that with peas. So right here, you see, once again, going into New Year's Day, just how people do today. They start the year off right, cleaning up. There used to be a superstition with our people to, clean up on New Year's Day so that you would have good luck throughout the year. All right, now there's one more. Let me see. Let me see. This one right here. This is Sister Harrison. She says, New Year's Day was always called hiring day by the slaves. It was on that day that the specially favored or hired out slaves went to a place called the hiring grounds to hire their laborers out for the next year. That's where the saying comes from, that what you do on New Year's Day, let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. That's where the saying comes from, that what you'll do on New Year's Day, you'll do for the rest of the year. The hiring grounds were always lively. There were always plenty of dancing and kicking and fun. I had two brothers who made good music from quills for dancing. They always played at their hiring grounds. Okay. So another thing about the hiring grounds, or another day about New Year's, is that the same way that, like, now today, companies restructure at New Year's Day. I'm gonna drop this. Companies restructure. So, companies start making cuts. Even right now, companies have been making cuts for the new year to start, and that's just, I guess it's normal. It's always been a thing. Well, that's the same thing with a plantation. They would start hiring people out, or people would get sold off. So New Year's Day was a time, wasn't a, new beginning for a lot of people. It may be a new beginning away from your family, but for the most part, you'll be hired out for that whole year, going somewhere else. So once again, you see some of the similarities of how America is even structured, how business and, corporate entities are structured, even based on the plantation. Let me stop sharing this video. My bad. So now, where I want to go. You're right, brother. Everything was built off of our backs. Now, this is the reality of Christmas, right? A lot of brothers and sisters done celebrated Christmas. You done did your thing. You done ran up that credit card. You done got in debt. You done, did overtime. You done took extra shifts, worked long hours in order to be able to get those perfect gifts for your family. And guess what happened today? People didn't even appreciate the gift they got. Your kids threw a tantrum when they opened up that present. That's what happened today, y'all. That's what happened today. Some people felt like the gift that they got wasn't expensive enough. After you done worked all of those long hours and you done strategized and saved money for months to be able to get this gift, that's what happened. That's definitely what happened. That's what happened today. That's what happened at what is it, 12 a.m. this morning? Get a sneak peek, open up a present. It's not a PlayStation 5. I hate it. I can see the kids now throwing the toys, kicking the toy because they didn't get what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So you go into debt trying to please people. And when it comes to these toys with these kids ain't gonna be playing with them toys in a month. The toy gonna be broke. Stuff gonna be missing. It's gonna be, they gonna find something else to do. While you then spent the money on a toy, you're gonna be looking at the damn toy in the corner, not even being used. Not even being used. What you bought them? A couple of pair of new Jordans? Them new Jordans, they're gonna go outside and step in a puddle of mud. And you got to understand, when it comes to that too, a lot of people, they do the big Christmas thing for other people to see them and see how they do. It's to impress other people. That's all it is. It's like this big thing. Like they take those, how people take those pictures. And I was looking back of the, the ugly sweater thing. Man, that thing goes back. Well, white people used to do that as a family. Now you see black people do it. They post the pictures up with the family with the ugly Christmas sweaters to be seen, for people to say, oh yeah, man, they doing good. Oh, they had a beautiful Christmas. Oh, look at that Christmas tree. Look at those presents. Oh, they're doing wonderful. That's all it is. It's childish in a way because it takes you back to like high school. High school was like for some people, high school was like a fashion show to impress people. And you come, or even at a younger age, kids are looking like, oh, what did you get? Oh, what did you get for Christmas? What do you get for Christmas? It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. And a lot of this stuff, the majority of it is the parents actually doing it because they want that. They want that. A lot of y'all are still get the toys for kids that are bad as hell, disrespect you, don't listen, don't do their chores, don't do nothing. But because you want to look good and you want to look like you had a nice white Christmas, you're still gonna do it. And this time is also a time where it puts a lot of pressure on people. There's so many stories right now of people getting caught shoplifting. So many stories. Just go look it up. Videos of people right now getting caught shoplifting. In California, they just upped the penalties for shoplifting. Now it's a felony just so they can, curtail and stop, the shoplifting. Because during this time, it's the highest crime rate. Crime rises right now because people feel stress and pressure to be able to have something for Christmas, be able to give somebody something for Christmas. So if you ain't got it, what are you going to do? You're going to go get it. The pressure of Christmas is that strong that it make you go knock somebody up the head and snatch their purse. The pressure of Christmas is so strong, it makes you run up inside some house in a home invasion. The pressure of Christmas is so strong, it makes you walk into a department store and boost clothes and, take stuff. And let's not talk about all of you scammers, all the brothers and sisters that are scammers with the, the gift cards and all of that stuff. That pressure for a Merry Christmas got Black people, disadvantaged people doing all types of crime just to have a good Christmas. You know what I mean? Black Rain said inflation is all by design. Yes. Yeah. Because as things get worse, who are going to suffer the most? It's going to be the people who at the bottom of the totem pole economically. So those are the people that are going to get hit first. It's the same idea of like, okay, you know how they talk about crime and all of that? Well, crime wasn't really going on in the 1920s in the Black community at the level that it is now. But as time progressed and opportunities decreased, it's only a matter of time where people are going to turn to crime. It's not a matter of, can you get a job? It's like, where are the jobs? You know what I'm saying? So our people are put in a position where we're fending for ourselves without substance. We're going to another people for it when we had it before integration. We had the blueprint before integration, right? If we still had that blueprint of like a Black Wall Street, we wouldn't have to we would have jobs. We wouldn't be, scraping at the ceiling in the hood like rats and turn into crime. Crime is, connected to poverty. You can go to any country in the world and the crime is not because, in these third world countries, these people are natural born criminals. It's just because there is nothing. There's no economic base. So when you look at the Black community, it's the same thing. And so what I was saying, what I was trying to also go into is about the crime is that, the type of crime, what Black people were stealing in slavery? It's kind of sad. Did you know that sometimes Black people would steal things in slavery? I want you to guess what they were stealing. Black people would steal stuff in slavery. Black men, they would steal. Guess what Black men were stealing? Black men were stealing potatoes and chickens and vegetables from the slave master because they hadn't ate enough, because they worked 16 hours a day. That's what they were stealing. They were stealing because they had no choice. When your stomach is touching and you're hungry, you're going to be forced to do crime. It's inevitable. Y'all all heard the thing, the story about if a man walks by me every day with a loaf of bread and I ask the man, can I get a loaf of bread? And he just ignored me. Soon I'm going to start talking more forcefully. Can I get a loaf of bread? And he still ignores me. Then the next thing I'm saying, give me a damn loaf of bread. And he still ignores me. So the next level in progression is to knock him upside the head and take the loaf of bread. It's just called being a human being trying to survive, But my point about bringing that out is about the crime. Crime is connected to poverty. Now, if we had everything going for us in our own community, like a Black Wall Street, then we would see who are the real bad apples. We would be able to separate the real bad apples from somebody that is just trying to survive, because that's how crime is. Once you commit a crime, you don't know who's who. You got somebody, two people that stole. One just stealing because he wants to steal. Another one is stealing because he wants to take that, sell it, and buy some diapers for his baby. But I'm off of it. But yes, brother, I'm aware of that. Like John B. Calhoun's Universe 25, a study with a bunch of rats in dense, scarce resource experiment. Yeah. I think they called it like if I'm not mistaken, it was like a project experiment, like how Black people are in the projects, right? With those rats that he put them in a dense area, took away the food source, and believe it. This is crazy. The rats started getting into gangs. They started, separating themselves into gangs. Then you had some rats that were antisocial, started being antisocial, don't want to be around no other rats. So it kind of acted like how people are in an inner city, in a gang, like New York style, like people start separating into gangs. The rats started separating into gangs, and then you had some of them that were psychologically, how can I say, affected, where they became antisocial, just like Black people, where they don't want to be around people, but yeah, that, hey, thank you for bringing that out, Black Rain. Yeah, so let me get these comments real quick. It's two people that gave me comments on Christmas, and I want to highlight them. All right. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. So this comment was from Cool Mike 19. He said, yeah, I stopped celebrating Christmas 4 years ago, but my family still do, and they look at me funny. But I stand by the Bible, and since I read my whole Bible, I would have been at least saved $50,000 on gifts and tithing. That's insane. Shout out to you, Cool Mike. Thank you for that comment. But when you start calculating, that's something that I left out in that video. And I didn't say now, but the fact that you're not celebrating, you'll start to see how much money you save. Now, doesn't mean that you don't never do nothing for your kids or you don't get presents for people. But on this holiday, it's just like you're saving so much. You're saving on stress. You're saving on depression. You're saving in your pockets. And not too long ago, I had made a post about with my daughters that they had did good. They had got honor roll certificates and stuff from school. That's a great time. An occasion like that, that's a great time to get a gift for your child. Like I said, a lot of y'all be getting gifts for children that don't even do what they're supposed to do in school or at home. And you still buy them a Christmas present. Then when they look at you crazy, you feel stupid. Like, damn, why did I even do it? You should learn. You should learn this Christmas. But shout out to Cool Mike. He said his family look at him crazy, look at him funny when he wasn't celebrating Christmas. Yes, they will. They will. And my advice to you, brother, is you just can't give a F what people think. That's the problem with most people. They have a fear of people. Those people being friends and family. What will they think if I say I don't eat pork anymore? What would they think if I say I don't celebrate these European holidays anymore? What would they think of me? That's them. That's not us. All right. Shout out to you, brother. Black Rain said, does the Cabrini Green type projects after that? Yep. Mm-hmm. Now let me get this other. The brother said if now that he's looking at it, he would have saved $50,000. That's crazy. That's a house. That's crazy. Now, this sister is Cecilia Dorsey 7846. She said, I'm sorry, but all of this is just ignorant to me. Damn, everyone knows that Santa is not real. Damn, let people be happy and do what they want. I celebrate everything. Shit, we got one life. Who is hurting for people to believe in Santa? What the F? Just stupid. Don't want people following generational customs, but want them to listen to your point and follow your way. Get the F out of here. Wow. Well, Merry Christmas. LOL. So this sister, she has a different viewpoint. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, but I just felt like I should highlight both of these viewpoints because it is a glimpse into how Black people look at Christmas or anything when presented with the truth. Y'all know what we just went over the history, why Black people even celebrate anyway. So let's just say we're not going to celebrate, right? Let's just say we're questioning why we celebrate. We should also question our identity and who we are and what did our people do before the transatlantic slave trade. We should question that. You know what I mean? We know damn sure they wasn't celebrating Christmas. We know that for sure. You don't even have to do no research to know that. You don't even have to open a book. Common sense should tell you that we wasn't celebrating Christmas because Christmas was introduced to us by the Europeans. We just read in there what one of the slaves said. They didn't know nothing about no Santa Claus. All they knew was drinking and having fun and eating. Drinking and eating during Christmas time. That's all they knew during slavery. Santa Claus hadn't yet came. Remember, Santa Claus came, the Santa Claus that people know about today came in the 1920s, 1930s, around that time. So that is way after slavery ended, right? But listen, look, this is the attitude of a lot of our people. They look at it like, you know, I want to celebrate. It is what it is. Why should I not celebrate? I only get one life. I'm not mad at that. As for me and mine, we gonna do what y'all know we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But this is just the attitude and the mind state of Black people when you read, when you see what I just brought out with the brother Cool Mike and then this sister Cecilia. Our people are divided, and that's okay. When Moses came out of Egypt, it was a lot of people that wasn't even rocking with him just because he did what he did. They wanted to go back to Egypt. They didn't want to be delivered from Egypt. They wanted to go back. So you got to think in the same way. A lot of our people are, they are comfortable with the customs that we have in America. They're comfortable with it, right? Black Rain saying, for I think that God has set forth us the apostles last as if it was appointed to death. 1 Corinthians 4 verse 9. I forgot, man. Let me just turn my head on Salaki on that. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that God have set forth us the apostles last as if it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and men. Of course, they think that it is something crazy to say we're not celebrating any holiday. Black people think it's crazy, and I look at it like, you know what, do what you want to do. You'll find out in the end, you know what I mean? You'll find out who's right. But we are a people that love pleasure, right? We love pleasure more than we love righteousness. We would rather have fun, dancing, shuck and jive, jingle. We would love to do all of that, get high, drink, party, than to do what is right. We a lot of us just don't have it in us. And when hit with new information, a lot of us will choose to stay in the matrix. So in order for a person, you either got two black people, you got two types of black people. In order for them to accept something, right? They have to already have been questioning and searching on their own. So when it's presented to them, they feel a sort of type of confirmation that what they've been researching is on point. Then you have a person that they're just stuck in their way. They're not going to change. Like you have black people, when you give them the new information, they say, oh, that's cool. Wow, I never knew that. But then they go back to what they're doing. It doesn't make them change. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make them say, you know what? I want to try this out. Even though they agree, like they never heard of it. They agree that it's the truth. They totally agree. But then you had that other person that is like, yeah, this is right. I already knew it because I was questioning this. I was questioning holidays. I was questioning that. And now that I'm hearing this and I'm getting this new information or these historical facts, now it all makes sense. But then you have the people that's just locked in. They just, they're not going to change because that's just how we are. A lot of times they say black people ain't a monolith. Well, black people wasn't a monolith when they came out of Egypt. Black people wasn't a monolith when they was put on cargo slave ships. Black people wasn't a monolith during the civil rights movement. You had Martin Luther King's side that wanted to join, to integrate. And then you had a group of black people that did not want to integrate. And they looked at Martin Luther King like, what are you doing? So at all times, we've always had black people that seen things different. So that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have no issue with that. You know what I mean? Is what the sister said. I have an issue if you trying to come for me. But I understand that a lot of our people are ignorant, and not a fault to them. It's just that ignorance is bliss. Okay. So I'm about to wrap it up, y'all, but I will be doing an interview. What's today? On the 27th with Julian Brown. That's the brother that he invented a way to turn plastic into gasoline. So I'm excited about that. That'll be coming up. And yeah, just trying to stay working, keep doing things, keep growing. And shout out to you, Black Rain, because you've been rocking with me. You've been rocking with me. And you've been dropping heavy precepts up in here. Yeah, man, you got to choose what side you on. You have to choose what side you on. You know what I mean? Like 2025. And let me just say this for Christmas, right? Y'all, like it's like this. Yesterday, Captain Tazariak was in a debate with people about FBA versus like I guess Fat Joe had made some comments, right? about hip hop. Anyway, they've been having a discussion about hip hop and whether or not Puerto Ricans and were in hip hop and hip hop is just created by black folks. And, it doesn't make sense to me, the argument or, them going back and forth when the white man owns all of hip hop. But anyway, it was one of those situations where I was just sitting there listening, and I was thinking about the brothers that were arguing for the FBA side. And I'm like, okay, if you're against brown people that much, I wonder, did you celebrate Thanksgiving? When it comes to, like, let's say people that are, blackity black, and you're pro-black this, and you're fighting for injustices, and you're against Donald Trump, and you're against America, and you're against all of this. What is the do you celebrate Christmas? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all do. You celebrate Christmas. You celebrated, black people celebrated Christmas today, but they were just talking about how it was an injustice that Kamala Harris didn't win the election. But they sat down and celebrated white supremacy today. They're eating a white supremacy Christmas dinner today. But then you're going to turn around and get upset the next time a brother gets shot in the back by the police. Like, if I'm the people that's oppressing you and I'm looking at y'all like this sister that was saying that I'm ignorant, my perspective is ignorant about Christmas because I'm bringing out the truth about Christmas. If I'm a white person looking at you and my people have oppressed you, and I see you rise up and protest, but then when a holiday comes, you're like kumbaya and you're celebrating Christmas, I can't even respect you. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but think about how you would look at it. If you did harmful things to a person, if you always treat them a certain type of way, and then they want to come to your house and celebrate a holiday or some celebration that your family has created, you're gonna look at them like, all right, you can celebrate with us. In your mind, you like, this nigga's a clown. These people are clowns. They just want to have fun, which takes me back to what we read about how the slaves were having just fun, frolicking, getting drunk during Christmas time. Think about that. For real. Hey, shout out to you, Black Rain. I appreciate that, brother. I definitely appreciate that for that super sticker. Appreciate that. But it's the truth, T Mingo. It's the truth. Right. It is funny. It's funny. It's funny, but it's sad though. It's sad that we cannot see, like we are basically, what's the word I'm looking for? We are participating in our oppression while we fight it. You celebrating these holidays, you are participating in your oppression while you are fighting the oppression. And I'm thinking about these blackity black guys. I'm thinking about all of these thoughtful guys, these, the Umar Johnson people and all that. And I'm like, I wonder, is they having a Christmas dinner tonight? I wonder, do these people celebrate? I wonder, do they celebrate Thanksgiving? I'm really curious. I think I know the answer. I know a lot of these Negroes ain't turning down no ham and no turkey. I think I know the answer. But that's crazy though to think about. So it's like that. Choose which side you're gonna be on. Either you're gonna really be about it or you not. You celebrate that stuff. You might as well look at it like this. Santa Claus. How I want to say this. Santa Claus. Imagine Donald Trump in a Santa Claus outfit. That's Christmas. That's an American Christmas right there. That's American Christmas. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Black Rain, T Mingo. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'm about to get up out of here, but I definitely want to give everybody that was up in here a shout out. Let me just start from the top. Sister Baratha Nawaz, Sister Renee Gaines, Black Rain 303, always rocking with me. Nora Wilson, always rocking with me. Who else? Let me see. Sister Madina, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And that's about it. That's everybody that was commenting. I know it was more people in here, but that's who was commenting. That's who was rocking with me. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll be back. What, Sunday? Be back in here. I might be back even earlier. All right. So y'all, man, y'all stay out the way. Like I said, I was telling somebody there's gonna be a lot of madness and foolishness going on today. So stay out the way. Stay in the house, chill, do your look. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's the sirens is going right now. I done heard the sirens all day. But stay out the way, chill, you know what I mean? Enjoy the rest of your evening and just be safe, man. I wish peace to you and your family, all right? Not on the Christmas tip, but on a brotherhood tip, all right? With that, y'all, I'm about to get up here. Wait, let me see. Black Rain put Matthew 6:24. That's another hard hitter. Another hard hitter. You can't serve two masters, man. You gotta make up your mind. These people don't take us serious if we celebrating these holidays and then turn around trying to fight for justice. The holidays come from the same white supremacy that the justice is supposed to come from. The justice that you're fighting to get, it's coming from the same place where the white supremacist holiday that you're celebrating is coming from. So you got to choose a side. You got to choose a side. But man, I'm up out of here, man. Shout out to y'all. This is Black Authentic Truth.